The Koreans, like the Japanese, love their small, compact city cars. Tall for maximum space efficiency and enough room to sit 4 people is the order of the day. But today we're not in any exotic Asian city. No, we're in rainy Ramsbottom. So, will these Oriental warriors cut mustard here? Let's find out. First to the Daewoo Matiz. The story goes that Fiat commissioned a small car designed from Guigiero to replace the Cinquecento. But in the end they decided to facelift the car instead to become the Seicento. Then the boss of Daewoo happened on the styling study and said, "We'll have that," and the rest is history. The Hyundai definitely didn't benefit from the Italian style house. The best thing that we can say about the looks of our test car is that it's going back at the end of the week. Owners won't be so fortunate. Inside, the Amica makes a better fist at the design thing. There's actually a bit of style about the dashboard, but these seats have you sitting very high up. You feel like you're travelling on a bus. And these pedals, well, they're far too close for a long-legged passenger. All right for little shorties like me, though. The Matiz has an equally good bash at designing the dash, and as you'll find out in a mo, the poetry stops with the driving experience. But this car is a little bit bigger than the other and has got a more natural driving position. You'll find out that both boots are very small in these cars. Now the Amica has got a little bit more punch, but the GSI spec doesn't mean to say that it's going to go fast. But it will pull the skin off a rice pudding. Just. But the Matiz won't. Overtaking doesn't so much have to be pre-planned as booked well in advance. But the Matiz is the better ride of the two. If you're thinking Austin Mini harsh, then you might be quite pleasantly surprised, because I reckon that this is this car's strongest feature behind its styling. But I have to say, this is the biggest steering wheel that I have ever experienced in any car, let alone a tiny little compact like this. Now, let's not get back onto the styling where the Hyundai is concerned, but the ride is more of a crash-bang wallop that you'd expect from a city car. But it's not awful. But what is truly awful is the effect that these looks have on other people. Because, I mean, if they're not looking and staring, they're laughing, and if they're not laughing, then other drivers are on a mission to overtake you, if you've had the nerve to overtake them. Fuel consumption will match or better anything else you care to think of, as will the price. Only other city slickers will compete in the sub £7,000 bracket for value. Throw in the 3-year warranty as a first present to your bank manager and you'll find it hard to fault them for value. Now, we wouldn't normally praise the Daewoo for residuals, but the Hyundai's looks are such that it's just not going to hold its value in the second-hand car market. In fact, you're going to have a lot of very unhappy-looking youngsters driving around in these cars that the grandmas have actually given them, because it actually works out cheaper to do that than to trade them in. So today isn't so much about choosing a winner, but shooting down the ugly duckling. Now the Hyundai is the fastest car, but you're going to buy this car because of the price, not because of its desirability. But saying that, the interior designer does deserve a pay rise, and he deserves to be let loose on the outside of the car. So today's winner by a knockout blow is the Daewoo Matiz. And I have to say, it does look quite funky since its recent facelift. And this is reflected in the sales figures, because it's outselling the Fiat Seicento 3-to-1. Oh dear,